right, we're here at Inkie's studio, and we've got the legendary Inkie here with us. Hi, how are you?
Hi, very well, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, thank you. How did you get into graffiti and street art?
Graffiti street art, I think it was probably around 1983. I was really into drawing comics, and I got loads of comics, and I was always drawing logos from comics and that, and I was a punk at the time, so I was into punk music and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was drawing the band logos from punk bands and stuff, and painting bags for people at school and jackets. And then I saw there was a documentary, Hip Hop History, on BBC Two, Arena Hip Hop History, which had some graffiti in it. And then obviously Wild Style came out, and then you had Subway Art all within a really short space. So all these three things came out, and I started seeing it. I was like, fuck, it's like, this is really like punk, because it's like people are doing it on trains, and it's illegal, and it's like, and it just applied to what I was doing. I was doing a lot of drawing and lettering, and I just kind of matched it over to that, and then just started. I was still a punk.
Yeah.
But I started painting graffiti straight away, and it wasn't so much a hip hop thing at first, and then I kind of got drawn into that culture later on.
Yeah.
But I think like a lot of the early American New York guys, they were all like heavy metal guys or punks. They weren't necessarily hip hop.
Yeah.
It was just more about the painting on a big scale and the kind of illegality of it, and doing what the fuck you wanted without anyone telling you what to do. Yeah, so that was definitely around 83. I sort of got more serious about 84, but by 83, already 3D from Massive Attack. I was painting a lot in Bristol, and some guys called the Z Boys. We were seeing stuff coming from London. I think Futura had been over with the Clash in 81 to London, so there was graffiti coming into the UK, but it wasn't everywhere. It was kind of, I think, and also Duck Rock, the video from Malcolm McLaren. That one of the Buffalo Girls that had graffiti in the background. So it was that's where we were seeing stuff like that and pausing it on TV, really doing our research. But like, you know, Subway Art went through about 100 times, every single paint, and every tag in the background.
How did you get the name Inkie?
Inkie came around through. I used to play a lot of video games when I was younger, and also getting ink on my fingers. But Inkie was the blue ghost from Pac-Man.
Ah, okay.
So because I was like an arcade king, that's I got nicknamed Inkie. But then also when I got that on my fingers, it was, and I think we got arrested one time, and they said you're really Inkie now, and the police were taking the mic, so it stuck. So and I just stuck with the same name the whole time. I've changed it a few times. Like it used to be with a Y, like the Pac-Man. But then I think Nelly Hooper and Goldie and that started doing it. It was with a double E and 3D. So everyone just put, it was a thing at the time, everyone put double E's on the name. So it was Inkie, and then it was Inking, and then it was then IE, like Goldie, Nelly, everyone put IE on the end of it. So we all kind of changed it at the same time. So.
How did it evolve into you doing it as a career?
I think, I mean, it's just a matter of the time I've been doing it. I would say the career side of it didn't come till quite late on. I was always doing it, and then going off and working. I worked as a screen printer. I worked as a graphic designer. I worked for video games in London for Sega and Xbox. And then it just came to a point where it was like, you know, I don't think it was like necessarily I'm going to do this full time to make a living out of it. I was just like, I wanted to give it a go to be an artist full time. And when I took that decision, it was like the stock market crashed, and it was like the worst time to do it. I'd stuck with it, and now it's all turned around, so it's all great. So it's like, but there's been tough times with it. But if you just keep doing something you love, it'll always come around.
You've been around the world. Do you have like any trip that has been the most memorable?
I think doing a road trip through America was probably pretty memorable, because I painted in the Bronx and stuff, and then going to Los Angeles, going to pretty much every city way through it. Painting and meeting some of the guys you've always aspired to meet was pretty amazing. The best one I'd say is going to Tahiti. They had, they still have it. It's called Oniu Festival, and it was a graffiti festival in Tahiti, and I went 4 years running. and was painting all around Tahiti, Bora Bora, all the islands around it, with with people like Soffles, and there was like Bates, like Soton. There was like who's who, like legends all out there.
Yeah.
And then we were just getting flown around the islands, but it's kind of like, you walk out the plane and it smells of marzipan, there's flowers everywhere, there's fruit everywhere, and everyone offers walls.
Yeah.
So you can get spray paint out there. So,
paradise.
It was paradise, but with walls, loads of walls. And the culture there is about arts. And like a lot of the culture, they love painting.
Yeah.
So they really encourage you painting. But that's definitely the nicest one I've been to. But there's been other ones across Europe. It's always been really good for me. Amsterdam, Paris, I love. That was the first place I kind of went in Europe painting. And Barcelona's always been good as well. So but there's many more to go.
Yeah. What about the Bristol scene?
So the Bristol scene obviously took off. I think when all this happened for us in the 80s, when we first started doing it, there was obviously a massive bust with John Nations at Barton Youth Club, where there was a really big scene in Bristol and everyone was tagging a lot and there was a lot of vandalism with it. And the police kind of cracked down and then flukily caught a load of people. That slowed it down a bit, but at the same time, you had, it was about 89, 90, you had Massive Attack came through, so the music scene and Tricky, people like that came through. So the consequence of that was that everyone had heard about Bristol for graffiti and street art. And they all went to college here because of the music, because it was after Manchester's music scene. So you had a big influx of people like Sick Boys, Ends, like Will Barris, people like that, all came to Bristol. And the scene kind of mushroomed again and became a bigger scene. But it was when it sort of started turning towards street art. So the Bristol graffiti scene maybe took a bit of a back seat. Then I think later on with guys like DBK, etc., like that, it's kind of come back up again, and there's more street bombing and there's more like illegal work. And I think right now it's kind of in the middle. There's heavy painting. There's I think it's maybe the illegal side of it's died off a bit. But it was never so heavy Bristol when we were young for train painting and that, because there's one train line in the city and it wasn't like there wasn't a tram or anything like that. It was more we were doing buses and that, and it just walls. But it does seem like, a lot of the young guys now are travelling a lot more than we did, and with the internet, they've got more contact. So the scene's definitely spread a bit bigger, and there's more guys from Bristol getting out there and doing it. Whereas when we were young, a lot of the Bristol guys just stayed in Bristol.
Things like Sino Even as well, with
stuff like that. So we got like the sort of 72 of the world's top artists to Bristol, who then went back to their cities, which meant that anyone from Bristol could go to those cities and say, there's a contact list of who they were. So all the artists from Bristol met these artists, but it's definitely you got people like Miss Has going out there doing stuff all over, like Ponks over in Barcelona. There's a whole load of Bristol guys all over the place. Sick Boys travelling quite a bit, like Will Barris all over, Zenz is all over. Nick Walker's living in New York now. So we got contacts all over. So it's definitely got a good network. I mean, when I started out in the 80s, I was going to Holland, waiting where we saw graffiti, trying to find a graffiti artist, and then you'd make pen pals with them and send letters with photos, which would all go through the youth club so we didn't get caught. And that was our way of communicating. But now, obviously, people just go on Instagram and go, boom, I'm going to be in town, I want to paint. So you can really quickly get hold of someone. So it's definitely a more immediate scene. I think that maybe doesn't make it quite as exciting as it was. Because back then, you would only see a piece every couple of days, not every week. Now you can see like 20 new pieces before you got up for breakfast. So it's a bit, I wouldn't say overkill because I like it, but it's a bit, it's not so exciting as it was.
Places like Dean Lane and that, they just new pieces every day.
I mean, that's the thing, But the quality is better. You've got guys like Dibs and that doing stuff down there that's really high quality. So it's like, and it's all over the city. Bristol's lucky because we've got so many places to paint. Whereas a lot of places I go, like Leeds and that, they've got minimal places you can paint. Even in Manchester, it's not massive halls of fame.
What inspires you?
I think what inspires me probably goes back to what we were just saying. Traveling, definitely. It's like if I go somewhere, like Like this kind of stuff is inspired by sort of Miami sunset colours.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this again, I think this is more Japanese, this one. I think that was in Europe with the purples and that.
Mm-hmm.
So usually I take colours from somewhere. Also, like something like this, I take little symbols from, like, I'll go around the city and look at architecture and that. I might take some little references from that.
Okay.
And put that back into my picture, or some like flowers that depend. Like I did a thing in Germany where I did all the local wildflowers in the background.
Yeah.
Of a painting and stuff. So, and then typography as well, signs, a lot of signs. I'm always taking photos of signs, and you know, for Sam Freeman, always, whenever I send Sam a whole folder of like signs,
Yeah.
because it's about fonts and sign writing and stuff, but more like the chrome signs and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, and just being a graphic designer, everywhere I go, seeing different graphics. But it's definitely traveling in terms of every time I come back, I'm more inspired.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But then I think, you know, I could just go to a museum for an afternoon as well, sit there and look around at other artists' work and get inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or going to someone else's exhibition would be a good inspiration as well.
Yeah.
Seeing new shit.
Yeah.
Even the stars seem to be bending here long, bending here long, bending here long.
What does creativity mean to you?
Creativity, how could I say? I mean, it could apply to so many things. It could be in cookery, it could be in DJing, it could be in poetry, it could be in writing. For me, obviously, I do it through the form of drawing, but it can be in photography. And like creativity, I think, is something that if you don't use it, you're not so happy in life. I don't think it's something that's really core to yourself. If you haven't got a creative field that you do, you haven't really got much like outlook, and you'll just go to work, come home, do the same thing over and over again. By being creative, you're making something new to the world that no one else has made, and it's like whether that be a dessert or a burger or like, you know, or a painting. Or a poem. It's like you're making something that's new to the world, so you're giving something back to the society rather than taking from it.
Could you think your life without it, without creativity?
No, definitely not. 100%. No. And I think there's a quote there was a quote from Mayor Koch in the old Wild Style or Star Wars when he says, "Make your mark on society, not in society." Which is true. So it's like basically, so make your mark. Don't try and be someone in society. Try and show them something so people remember you. And also creative. If you leave a mark like that, people will see it in the future. So, you know, 100 years down the line, someone might find something you made. I mean, like, wow. And I think that's been the inspiration for me, the travelling thing, because I overlapped a bit on those two things, the travelling thing, and it is definitely part of the inspiration. So by wherever I go, I always come back excited with a whole load of new pictures. I could be off to Japan next week, and then I know I'll just take photos constantly, come back and then draw it all up. And just like,
have you been to Japan before?
Yeah, it's the fourth time I've been. So we're going back out. Me and Seppa doing like a little road trip. And some exhibitions and a couple of walls. So.
Your socials, where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram as Inkie Graffiti, all one word, and I think it's the same on Facebook as Inkie Graffiti. I don't really use Twitter or anything anymore.
Yeah, the exhibition's coming up in Bristol or anything?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of things coming up. It looks like we've got a Boogie Down Bristol Christmas thing coming up, which will be including the band Loose Ends and Norman J. And then we're looking at doing a pop-up exhibition at the Pipe and Slippers, which will be in late November. And then we're doing another one at the Nev for the North Bristol Arts Trail. We're doing an art thing in there. But then I've got some things coming up in London and that, but the dates aren't confirmed yet. So
Right, you can find it all out on your Instagram.
It'll all be updated on Instagram.
All right, great.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.